Man, man, oh man. Timothy Bradley exposes the number one mistake that Shakur Stevenson is making ahead of his upcoming fight with Teofimo Lopez. And in such a high stakes fight, you can't really afford to be making mistakes. You got to be locked in, if you know what I mean. In this video, I'm going to break everything down for you. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. As we gear up for Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, we have a familiar face in the boxing world, Tim Bradley, who has stepped up to offer some of his insight as far as a key mistake that he thinks Shakur is making. He gave him a mouthful. Pause. So without further ado, we can jump right into it. Make sure you come in and smash the like button. This is Tim Bradley. Roll the clip.
I remember when you went to one of Crawford's camp and you did one of his trainings and you know, a full camp and stuff, man, and one of his training programs and shit, man, got in the fight and you look like shit, man. You look like hell. That was that Nakatila fight, man. You were like, man, I done stuff I ain't never done before. All this stuff, man. You don't need all of that shit, man. You need to do what make you tick, man. I know this fight is big. I know you can add a little bit of something, but man, if you overworking yourself, man, and you ain't gonna be rested, man, if you ain't resting your hands, taking care of what you need to take care of. Oh shit, one more thing I gotta tell you, Shakur. Man, what you doing with them wraps, man? Stop being cheap. Stop being cheap, man. I see you cutting off them damn wraps and then just taping them back on, man. That's how you messing up your damn hands. You messing up your hands because it ain't tight. The shit ain't tight. You can't get it tight. You putting a glove on. That shit ain't tight. You should be getting your hands wrapped by a master professional hand wrapper every single day, bruh. You getting paid gravy. You getting paid gravy, dude. If you can't fly. I remember when you went to one of Crawford's camp and you did one of his trainings and
Bro, so some pretty heavy allegations from Tim Bradley. For one, he was like exposing the business. He was like, I remember you were in one of Crawford's camps for I don't know who Crawford was fighting, but I'm sure you can do the math. And he said, you were fighting Nakatila and you didn't look great in the fight. You were like, Crawford has me doing some stuff that I'm not used to. But the part that was most interesting to me is the part about Shakur's hand wrap. Now, mind you, Shakur Stevenson has, in preparation for the Teofimo fight, he's been vlogging, right? Where he got a video dude following him or whatever. I haven't really watched it, but apparently Tim Bradley has watched it, and he has a whole lot to say about the vlogging aspect of it from Shakur Stevenson. And in case you didn't hear good, which we'll get back to, but he's basically stating that Shakur Stevenson is trying to cut corners. And instead of doing what's right, he out here like recycling hand wraps instead of getting fresh hand wraps. So in one angle of it, he's talking about Shakur potentially overworking himself, like overdoing it, you know, doing too much to the point where he's like, I remember when you fought Nakatila and you fought Terrence Crawford in sparring, you know, you train with Crawford or whatnot. And in that particular fight, you said Crawford had you doing stuff that you weren't used to, and you didn't really look that great in that fight. So don't overwork yourself. But the part with the wrap to me was very interesting because I was unaware of that Shakur is out here recycling his hand wraps. That to me, that is a very good point from Tim Bradley, but we can listen to it one more again.
If you ain't resting your hands, taking care of what you need to take care of. Oh shit, one more thing I gotta tell you, Shakur. Man, what you doing with them wraps, man? Stop being cheap. Stop being cheap, man. I see you cutting off them damn wraps and then just taping them back on, man. That's how you messing up your damn hands.
I see you cutting off your wraps and taping them back on. And you wonder why you got hand issues and hand problems.
Just taping them back on, man. I gotta tell you, Shakur. Man, what you doing with them wraps, man? Stop being cheap. Stop being cheap, man. I see you cutting off them damn wraps and then just taping them back on, man. That's how you messing up your damn hands. You messing up your hands because it ain't tight. The shit ain't tight. You can't get it tight. You putting a glove on. That shit ain't tight. You should be getting your hands wrapped by a master professional hand wrapper every single day, bruh. You getting paid gravy.
You getting paid gravy. Shakur, you out here getting gravy and you cutting corners, potentially, at least according to Tim Bradley. That does sound pretty suspect because, for one, Shakur kept using that as an excuse, right? He would have Artem Hartunian fight. The whole fight before the fight, he was talking about how, I'm going to stop Artem. He better not run. I'm going to stop him. Yada, yada, yada. I'm going to stop him. Which I tell you is a major problem with this new generation. They talk. Social media has like desensitized people. And now people feel like execution is not even the main thing. But talking about executing is just the same, and I'm here to tell you it's not, right? It's not the same. Talking about executing, I mean, because at that point, you got fighters who will be like, I'm going to whoop this guy, I'm going to destroy him, he can't beat me, yada, 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 and then they get in the fight, and all that talk's out the window. Edgar Berlanga had a whole lot to say about Canelo Alvarez. Canelo old, and I'm going to show him, and I got power he hasn't seen, yada, yada, yada. In the fight, he got dropped and lost. And Berlanga had a lot to say about Hamza Shiraz. I ain't losing to no, dude from the UK, and he too square, blah, blah, blah. Hamza Shiraz tore him up. So talking is not delivering, You can talk and make promises. Imagine DoorDash. They could be like, I'm on my way. If they never show up with your food, then you're going to report it. Like, hey, I paid for this food and they never showed up. So anybody can talk, executing something different. So that's always going to be a bone to pick with today's generation. They talk on social media. I'll fight this person. I'll fight this person. Like, both Shakur and Keyshawn have talked about future fights in higher weight classes. You haven't even got past Teofimo. Why are you even talking about Conor Benn and Devin Haney at rehydration clauses? Get past Teo at 140, because again, if you don't get past him, or even if you do get past him, but is lackluster, so to speak, like the Edwin De Los Santos fight, nobody's going to really want to see you fight at 147 straight away off of that. Keyshawn talking about moving to welterweight. You ain't even got past Jermaine Ortiz. So talk. We need more action. Now, as far as Shakur overtraining, what Tim Bradley said there, I don't really have too much to say, because hopefully Shakur is smart enough to listen to his body. And, if he's a hard worker, he's a hard worker. Rest and recovery is definitely important. But I don't know. I can't tell from a training montage. That only shows you a certain amount. You know what I mean? It don't show you like, he took a nap, or he's been resting 9 hours a day. You know what I mean? So I can't judge that. But as far as a hand wrap, that is something of concern, given the fact that he has had a history with bad hands, right? Shakur for sure, that rhymes. But Shakur has been one of the people who's complained about nagging hand injuries. Even after his fight with Padley, he blew up his hands. And Shakur's been pressured more recently to fight a bit more aggressively. Turkey, who's paying his next check, was basically like, I don't want Tom and Jerry style fights that leave people bored. So he fighting Zepeda and he getting touched up more than he usually does because people have criticized the Nakathila performance, the Edwin De Los Santos performance. How come you couldn't stop Artem Haratunian coming off a loss? So the pot is starting to boil over. And then on top of that, Turkey did and said what he said about, I don't want Tom and Jerry. So Shakur has been pressured. Now you're in a dangerous fight with Teo, who's better than all them dudes. Padley, I mean, come on, bro, right? He's better than all them dudes, more experienced than all them dudes, stronger and powerful and explosive more so than all them dudes. So you're in a real fight. You shouldn't be cutting corners, especially if you're like, oh, I got to talk to Floyd Mayweather to see what I could do. I can only fight 2 times a year because my hands are bad. I can't fight more than that. I got to talk to the greats like Floyd Mayweather to see how he coped with having brittle hands and hand injuries. But then if what Tim Bradley is saying is true, you're cutting corners by wrapping your hands, exercising and using them, and then taking it off and then reusing it for what? You know what I mean? It is definitely not going to be as secure as rewrapping it officially. And I feel like basically what Tim Bradley said, you getting gravy, you making this type of money. Like, I can understand maybe if Shakur was like a journeyman or like when he first signed the top rank, you might not be making that type of coin to be not reusing tape. But you're at a level where you're elite. You should be in the higher tax bracket now off of your last few fights and stuff like that, to the point where you can afford that. If you pretty much this, if you could afford a camera crew and a videographer to edit and shoot, then you can afford war tape and get some extra roles. As far as having like a guy like Stitch Duran or an expert, I mean, I don't know. Unless what Tim Bradley said is wrong, that's just a given. You get an expert, especially when this is your moneymaker. Your hands are your moneymaker, and you've been plagued with hand injuries. So if what he's saying is true, that's just foolish. To have hand issues, known hand issues that you've declared and talk about, and we've seen, your hands swole up after fights, and then suddenly not be taking the proper precautions, trying to cut corners or revisit the tape and the wrap that you already used, that's not really doing a good job of protecting your hands. Like, some people, like, if you're a stuntman, they'll like get extra insurances because their body as a stuntman is their moneymaker. So they had to get different insurances in case something happened to the point where I can't do this. So the way that a boxer makes their money is to punch people in the face, not elbows, not kicks, not headbutts or, something crazy, your hands. So you have to take care of your moneymakers. So in that regard, what Tim Bradley is saying is absolutely, unequivocally what should be happening. So I try to skim through the Shakur Stevenson episodes to see where he was recycling it in the making of this video. I didn't really get to see it, but if you have a timestamp or exactly what Tim Bradley is talking about or what episode it was on, and you can help me so I can watch that part, then I'll watch it and I'll make an update if needed. But man, end of January, Teo, Shakur, title shot, a lot on the line. Shakur, hopefully he has the right team around him and they're taking care of their breadwinner. Let me know what you think. For more boxing news, definitely subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna continue to hit y'all with the facts. Use my link me in the description and it'll bring you to the landing page. And right at the bottom, you see all my links. You can click the links to donate, to support, to get to my other sites. I am multi-platformed and 2026 is going to be a great year. Peace. Streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself. Especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.